Okay. I don't have anything else to say to that. I just wondered. But listen, before I get too far into this whole thing, I think it's important that I just take a second to address the elephant in the room. Okay, it's me. I did this at a different church one time, and everybody there was super nice. Okay, but they were maybe just a little bit too nice. Okay, because I spent the whole time talking about how fat I was. They spent the whole time. That's what I expected, okay? That's exactly what I expected. But these were super nice people, and they were just looking at me terrified the whole time. And I literally heard someone at one point go, "Aw, please don't do that, okay? You're gonna be tempted. We got some tough sledding ahead of us, okay? But it just makes it feel a little bit worse when I go home by myself later and think about my choices I've made in life. I know, okay? You can laugh, it's cool." But they all just kept giving me the same look, you know? They were looking at me like, you think this guy knows? The answer is obviously yes, okay? I do know that I kind of look like Chris Farley and Jelly Roll had a baby, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of a big deal, okay? I know I need to go on a diet. I'm just never gonna do that, okay? It's not happening. I have kind of an impulse control problem. You know how if you put too much food in your cat's dish, it'll just eat until it throws up? Same deal, you know? And yes, I do eat all my food out of a cat's dish because... All right, okay, cool. We're back. Utensils just get in the way, so I eat out of a cat's dish. Don't judge me, it's 2025, okay? All right, so, yeah, the impulse control thing is real, all right? Like, I was at a gas station not too long ago, and I saw this weird lemon bar brownie hybrid thing. Now that I say it out loud, it sounds disgusting, okay? But it was there, and I had money, you know? I was like, let's find out. Don't, okay? It's like I ate the whole thing, okay? I'm not gonna lie. And I wasn't really hungry at the time. But when I got done eating the whole thing, I literally said to myself out loud, wow, that thing was disgusting. I was really struggling the last couple bites, too. I could have thrown it away, but I'm not a quitter, you know? I was like, all right, we're almost there, you know? But that should tell you everything you need to know about my weight problem. The fact that I will buy and eat strange baked goods from gas stations, okay? What are you gonna do? I don't like to brag, but I am wearing a 4X t-shirt right now. Yeah, that is not the way you're supposed to respond to that. When someone comes clean with that, okay? You need to, like, stage an intervention or something later on, okay? But, we talked about this. No awes, okay? Well, listen, do you guys know the next size after a 4X? Nudity, I think. I don't think there is one. So for your sake, I hope they get on developing that, okay? Because I'm not slowing down anytime soon. You know how hard it is to find one of these bad boys, like at a store? Of course you don't. You guys aren't 4Xs. You gotta find a store that has a big and tall section, which I think they just kind of call it that to make people like me feel a little better. Like I'm 6'1", I'm not that tall. But I am big. And big and tall just kind of rolls off the tongue a little nicer than really fat and kind of sad. So, you gotta find a store that has a big and tall section, because I guarantee you're not gonna find a 4X in the activewear. As it turns out, it is physically impossible to be both 4X and active at the same time. I'm exhausted right now. And I just got up. Okay? I've been standing up here for like 4 minutes. Not a fan, all right? Can't wait to sit down. But anyway, that's enough of the fad stuff. Okay, that's enough dumping on myself. Listen, let me tell you something that's actually cool about me. I do have sleep apnea. You guys know what that is? For those of you that don't know what sleep apnea is, that's where your body actively tries to kill you in your sleep every night. Just I haven't figured out yet if it's like a mercy killing, or my body's like, oh, buddy, this is not going well, okay? And we're just gonna shut it down now. Or if it's like one of those Lifetime movies where after years of abuse, my body's finally had enough. It's like, you know what, when he goes to sleep tonight, let's choke that fatty, you know? What I'm trying to say is it's horrifying to go to sleep every night, okay? It's all right. It's my cross to bear, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I feel like we're all really close now. I mean, this is kind of a big crowd, but I feel like we're a close-knit family now, so I can tell you some things I struggle with. I don't really know how to say this, but I don't trust furniture. I feel like I probably don't need to explain it to you guys, but I'm going to. I was eating a sandwich one time, go figure, and I was at a friend's house. Everything was going great, and I was just getting to the good part when all of a sudden I heard this noise like, you know when a lumberjack is chopping down a tree? Right before it falls down, it makes that loud cracking noise. I heard that, and I was like, you know, it's weird, I didn't notice any lumberjacks in here when I sat down. And I was like, oh no, we're going down, you know? And the thing about a situation like that is there's not really a cool way to recover from it. I've yet to find a cool way to climb out of what used to be someone's kitchen chair. If you're walking down the street and you trip, you can hope nobody saw that. But if you're my size, and you started off sitting in a solid oak chair, now you're laying in a pile of mulch. What do, you know? You're gonna be down there for like 45 minutes, just rolling around like a turtle on its shell. I was like, oh no! Core strength is not my core strength, you know? I panicked. I just said the only thing I could think of, which was, I didn't drop my sandwich! I really wish that wasn't a true story, okay? But it is, and I did not drop my sandwich. In fact, I finished it as soon as they pulled me from the wreckage. Thank you. Thank you. Give it up for me, everybody. That's right. That's right. Believe in yourselves, people. If you just let yourself go from now until whenever, you can fall through a chair too, okay? It can happen to you. Now, the story gets a little bit worse. I know that doesn't seem possible, but that chair did not break when I sat down. I've been sitting in that thing for a little bit, which tells me with every bite of that sandwich, that chair was like, dude, what are you doing right now? We're getting real close to capacity and you're playing with some science I don't think you know too much about. But I just ignored all the red flags and forged ahead because, again, not a quitter. The chair, on the other hand, total quitter, okay? And the lady that owns the chair is super nice, and she apologizes for stuff that's not her fault, which is way worse, okay? Because I was just trying to escape to the other room so I could cry like an adult, you know? And she kept following me around, telling me how it wasn't my fault. I'm like, I appreciate what you're saying, okay? But I'm pretty sure at this point, I've devoted most of my life to one day breaking that chair, okay? It's totally my fault. And then I cried for a long time. So that was one of the fatter moments of my life. It's all right, there's a lot more. So I'm a dad. Any dads in here? That is my favorite question to ask a comedy audience. I know you guys are here for a concert, which is even funnier. This is like a rowdy crowd. Every time I ask if there's any dads in the house, it's like I'm in study hall and I ask if anybody has to go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know, I could, maybe. Anyway, I have a daughter, and she's like 8 years old. And last year they had parent-teacher conferences at her school. I walked into the classroom. The teacher was already sitting down at one of those cute little table and chair sets they have for the children. I walk up, she's like, go ahead, come. You can sit down. I'm like, lady, this isn't gonna go well for any of us, okay? So thinking quickly, I just did the only thing I could think of, which was the old hover and squat routine. Like you're doing a filthy porta pot and you can't let your butt cheeks touch the seat. Same game, way higher stakes, okay? What I found out about the human legs that day is they're not built to carry what I bring to the table, let alone to power squat it for like 10 minutes at a parent-teacher conference, okay? By the end of this thing, I looked pretty much like I do right now, just red and sweaty and pretty panicked, you know? Teacher could have said anything and I would have gone with it to try and escape with my dignity. Like, well, we're just pretty concerned because your daughter tried to burn the school down today. We're like, ooh, dang it. Bye, you know? 'Cause I can't stick around any longer than I have to. I can't break a chair there. My kid goes to school there. Can you imagine? You're in first grade, you walk into your classroom, there's just a mangled up little kid's chair over in the corner. You look at the teacher, you're like, what happened here, you know? She's like, well, it's kind of a long story, but it all started when Chris Farley and Jelly Roll had a baby. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. That's all I got. I'm Matt King. You can follow me wherever you follow people. I'm pretty much everywhere. Matt King Comedy, Matt.King Comedy on TikTok. Are you guys ready to bring out Tim Timmons?